大仏
The Great Buddha is a popular name for a large Buddha statue. There is a legend that Buddha was about 4.85 meters tall, and that size is the standard for the size of Buddha statues. In Japan, it is said that Emperor Shomu built the Great Buddha of Nara at Todaiji Temple in the Nara period to pray for the well-being of the nation and the happiness of the people.
敬老の日
Respect for the Aged Day is a Japanese designated public holiday celebrated annually to honor elderly citizens. It started in 1966 as a national holiday and was held on every the 15th of September. Since 2003, Respect for the Aged Day is held on the third Monday of September due to the Happy Monday system. On this holiday, people return home to visit and pay respect to the elders.
のり巻き
Norimaki are various Japanese dishes wrapped with nori seaweed, most commonly a kind of sushi, makizashi. At the end of the 1600s, sushi using sake vinegar became popular, and at the beginning of the 1800s, sushi using vinegar became mainstream. Maki sushi was born at a time when sushi changed significantly from preserved food.
鎖国
Sakoku closed country was the isolationist foreign policy of the Japanese Tokugawa shogunate under which, for a period of 214 years, relations and trade between Japan and other countries were severely limited, and nearly all foreign nationals were barred from entering Japan, while common Japanese people were kept from leaving the country. The policy was enacted by the shogunate government.
選別
Senbetsu is a farewell gift for those who leave. A common opportunity to pass a farewell is when a person at the company transfers or retires. In addition, moving, traveling, studying abroad, etc. can be mentioned as the timing to pass the farewell. Senbetsu is also called Hanamuke. Hanamuke is an abbreviation for the word for horse nose, due to the habit of seeing off the horse's nose of a departing person toward the direction to go.
釣り鐘
A large bell hanging from the bell tower of a temple, cast with bronze and ring with a hanging tree. A bell with a size of 55 centimeters to 70 centimeters or less is called a half bell, and was used in the past to notify a fire. Large bells are used to signal the time.
銭湯
Sento is a public bathhouse. Public bathhouse became ubiquitous in the 17th century. There was at least one in every neighborhood in Edo. Public bathhouses are not just places where you go to scrub yourself clean. A public bathhouse served as kind of community center where local people could get together.
生け花
Ikebana simply means doing a job of arranging some flowers and plants in a jar. The origin was a flower that a monk gave to the Buddha, but while respecting tradition, it has evolved by taking into account and changing the trends of each era. Nowadays it is a culture to be enjoyed regardless of age or gender, and more people are starting out with hobbies and lessons that will enrich their lives. You can enjoy growing flowers yourself or seeing the works.
能
No is a musical and dance drama performed to the accompaniment of yute, songs and lines, and hayashi musical instrument, and is characterized by performers wearing masks called no masks in many pieces. The characters are not only human, but also non-earthly things such as gods, ogres, monsters and ghosts. The performers express their emotions with simple, stylized movements.
義理人情
Justice is what you must do to another person in the course that you should perform as a person, particularly association forcibly regardless of own interest. It is principle, ostensibility and is rational and takes the calm action for an objective will. The person whom this justice is strongly demanded from is the present post and is a situation with the responsibility. Deep people of the acquaintance in the big work of the social role. On the other hand, it is the work of the heart to let you feel the human nature that anyone should have if the human empathy is a person. It is the true intention, a true feeling and is subjective and it is emotional and takes the action that it is easy to heed. The human empathy is personal and controls it by own good sense and a social common idea by oneself. The affinity that a person for relations by this human empathy is personal, and is friendly personally is good, like it, and is people having trust, a feeling of the respect.
陶器
Tauki is a pottery made from colored clay. When it is baked, the color of the soil comes out, and the whole is thick, and the decoration method such as brushing and powdering is characteristic.
Torii
A torii is a traditional Japanese gate most commonly found at the entrance of or within a Shinto shrine, where it symbolically marks the transition from the mundane to the sacred. Torii gates were traditionally made from wood or stone, but today they can be also made of reinforced concrete, copper, stainless steel or other materials. They are usually either unpainted or painted vermilion with a black upper lintel.
そうめん、
Somen is a very thin noodle made of wheat flour. The noodles are used extensively in East Asian cuisines. Japanese somen is made by stretching the dough with vegetable oil, forming thin strands that are then air-dried for later use. In Japan, somen is usually served cold with a light dipping sauce called tsuau. Somen is typically high in sodium.
着物、
Kimonos used to be worn on a daily basis. Kimonos nowadays are worn only for special occasions or life events, such as weddings, graduation, etc. Kimonos are quite expensive. Casual kimonos, which are called yukata, are a staple outfit to go to firework display events in summer. You can see a flock of young people wearing casual kimonos there. If you stay in a Japanese-style hotel called a ryokan, you can also experience wearing a casual kimono.
おでん、
Oden is a type of Japanese one-pot dishes, consisting of several ingredients such as boiled eggs, daikon, konjac, and processed fish cake stewed in a light, soy-flavored dashi broth. Oden is often sold from food carts, though some izakayas and several convenience store chains also serve it, and dedicated Oden restaurants exist. Many different varieties are sold, with single-ingredient dishes sometimes as cheap as 100 yen. While it is usually considered a winter food, some carts and restaurants offer Oden year-round.
盆踊り、
In Japan, Bonadori is always held in the festival. Bonadori is the dance for holding a memorial service for the dead during the Bon period. In performing Bonadori, a tower will be built in the center of an open space. On the top of tower, there will be a leader who sings a leading note for the song. Then, other participants will dance along with the song while moving around the tower. Recently, Bonadori has become a problem because of its noise, and Bonadori is also changing.
侍、
Samurai is Japanese warriors to serve their masters. It is also called Bushi. The samurai is associated with the concept of Bushido, the way of the warrior, which emphasized duty, loyalty and virtue. Bushido means code of chivalry, a way of life associated with the Bushi. Samurai employed a range of weapons such as arrows and bows, guns and spears, but their main weapon and symbol was the sword.
幕府、
Bakufu was the feudal government under the dictatorship of the shogun. It had the absolute power of administration and ruled over the feudal lords of the provinces.
お盆、
Obon is one of the Buddhist events. In Buddhism, it is believed that the spirits of family ancestors come back to this world during the Obon period between July and August, and a series of events take place to commemorate them. Obon is regarded as one of the most important family occasions of the year in Japan. Although Obon is not an official holiday, many offices are temporarily closed for business during this period. Due to this measure, many employees can easily plan and go back to their hometowns for family gatherings.
ちゃんこ鍋、
Nabe is a Japanese cuisine which is similar to stew. People started eating nabe in the Edo period, which dated back to the 17th century. Nabe is the most popular menu in winter. Nabe is a cuisine that you put assorted ingredients into a single pot and cook all at the same time. A number of people eat together from a single pot. Chanko nabe is usually served to sumo wrestlers at sumo stables as the main dish. Chanko nabe is filled with fish, meat, tofu and vegetables. Sumo wrestlers skip breakfast and don't eat anything until 11 a.m. Then, Chanko nabe is served as the main meal.
おせち料理、
Osachi is the traditional meal only prepared for New Year. All of the ingredients in Osachi are well-meaning. Because Osachi is eaten to pray for good health and great harvest for a year. The sweet omelette is one of the ingredients in Osachi to wish to improve knowledge. Because the shape of the shrimp is like an old man. People eat them to pray for longevity.
おせち料理、
School excursions are part of school events at elementary schools, junior high schools, and high schools in Japan. It is distinguished from excursions and social studies visits by the fact that it involves overnight stays and that the destination is somewhat remote, and from outdoor activities by the fact that the accommodation is not in an encampment.
民宿、
Minshuku is the term used in Japan for family guest houses. Using such a hostel offers visitors to the country one of the best ways to spend the night together with Japanese people. Minshuku are mostly family-run establishments where guests are considered almost like members of the family. The cost of an overnight stay is around 5,000 yen, which includes 2 meals, as with a ryokan.
狛犬、
You can often see a pair of statue dog-like creatures at the gate of shrine or temple. They are called Kamaninu, an imaginary creature. Komainu are believed to protect the enshrined kami, Shinto gods, and ward off evil spirits. Typically, one on the right has the mouth open, the other on the left has the mouth closed. This expresses the Sanskrit sound of a, meaning to start, and an, to end, and the sounds in pair symbolize the principle of the universe.